All right, happy Tuesday, and thank you for joining us. Today, I'm going to talk about your buyer consultation. If you are interested, we can send you a copy of this so you can use it, edit it to make it your own. So I'm going to discuss this as if I was speaking to a buyer, so you can see how a buyer consultation can go. Of course, you can add things, take things out, whatever you feel comfortable and important for that specific buyer or situation. But this is pretty generalized buyer consultation. You may want to add one or two things in or have two separate ones if you're doing a home versus a co-op or condo, something like that, commercial building, whatever the case may be. So this is the buyer consultation, which is the roadmap to a successful home purchase. We're going to have, this is our agenda. We're going to talk about some basic info, understanding how to find and finance the right perfect home for you, talk about your property interests, your closing costs, questions, a little bit about your pre-approval situation, how much money you're going to put down, your time frame, areas, wants and needs, and so forth. So let's talk about the home buying process, and we're going to go over the essential steps to get you into your first home. So number one, the most important step is to figure out exactly how much you can spend. So by doing that, you're going to get pre-approved for a loan. Knowing exactly how much you'd be able to borrow sets your budget and shows the sellers that you're serious as a buyer. So it is so important for you to talk to your mortgage broker. Very easy to get pre-approved. Some information right here on the side, your tax returns, your pay stubs, your bank statements, and if you are self-employed, any federal tax returns. Nice, easy process. We partner with Michael Goldberg and the home team with Round Point at Freedom Mortgage. So I would give them a call, talk to them. Good to shop around if you'd like to see what the rates, but the idea is to get pre-approved so that you know exactly what to look for. The second most important step is to find the right real estate agent. Real estate agents are so important when you're buying and selling a home. They can provide you with helpful information on homes and neighborhoods that isn't easily accessible to the public. And the knowledge of a real estate professional will help you with the home buying process, negotiating, and they're familiar with the area that you may want to live in. And that knowledge is extremely valuable. And speaking of realtors, hi, my name is Josephine, as we have discussed, and I'm a licensed real estate associate broker at RE/MAX Edge. And my clients remember me for my caring and passionate personality, along with my extensive market knowledge and commitment to finding them the perfect home. If you want more information about me, you're more than welcome to check me out online. My profile is on Zillow, on remaxedge.com, and our track record at the office. Just an FYI, like I said, guys, I am talking to you as if I am doing the buyer consultation, but just a side note, you can put the office track record in there, and then you can put your own statistics as well. So again, this can be changed around however you'd like. If you have a really great track record, you want to throw that in there as well. But otherwise, if you don't, and let's say you're just starting out, use the office track record. That is how you're going to look fabulous in a market where you're competing with other people. So I put the office track record in here. So our office so far year to date, and the year's not over, we've done 504 transactions and over $367 million in sales volume. We have a nearly 5-star rating across all online review sites, and we usually spend 53 times more on advertising our properties than the average agent, which is actually more than $300,000 per year. And your next step is going to go house hunting. So this is the fun part, right? After you find your agent to represent you, you discuss your needs, your preferences, and other house criteria. And this is going to help you figure out the type of home you want. So therefore, you can narrow your search, right? You don't want to spend time going and looking at houses that just don't work for you, right? So you're going to have certain things that come along with that, which are your wants and your needs, right? Wants could be lots of things. For instance, a want could be a pool, right? I would love to have a pool, but it's not a deal breaker. So you need to determine the difference between your needs and your wants. For instance, the number of bedrooms could be a deal breaker. Let's say, for instance, you have a certain number of people that are going to be living in the house. Therefore, you need a certain number of bedrooms. So unless it's X amount of bedrooms, that house is just not going to work for me. So you wouldn't want to go look at, let's say, a 2-bedroom house if you minimum bedrooms you need is 3. So it's important to discuss the difference between the needs and the wants. So what is a need and a want for you? So let's talk about that. On our call, we talked about the number of bedrooms you wanted was 3, at least a minimum of 2 bathrooms. Single level is not important. You know, everybody is good. Everybody can do stairs, so we're good. We don't need, you can get a duplex if needed. You're looking at a 1 family. Basement would be great, but it's not necessary. So that goes under the want category, right? And now you're going to be speaking to your buyer as you go through this process. And not only the stuff on the left, but the stuff on the right. So how soon do you plan to move, right? This is going to help with the motivation and the urgency that you always want to match the motivation of your buyer. So if your buyer is motivated, then you need to be motivated to be calling them, following up with them, and showing them properties. If your buyer is looking 6 to 12 months out, then you don't have to go out with them every weekend. You don't have to show them houses every weekend. You don't have to call them every day, right? You want to spend time with the people that are ready, but you also want to make sure that you are doing a good job of nurturing the people that will be ready in the future. So it's good to know when the person is looking to make the move. So how soon do you plan to move? Are you looking to move right away? 1 to 2 months, 3 to 4 months, 5 to 6, 6 to 12? What's your ultimate goal? And you need to sell your home first. If you do need to sell, there's a few other contingencies that we'd have to talk about. For instance, if you need the money to sell, if you needed the money from your sale in order to purchase, there are steps involved with that, meaning we would need to get your house on the market first, show that you have a contract so that when you do make an offer, although it's a contingent offer, it has more financial stability because you're already in contract and on your way to closing. So it's, you know, anytime anybody takes an offer on a property, it's always a risk, right? It's a risk for the buyer to get the mortgage. It's a risk for any type of contingency. Unless it's cash deal, money's in the bank. And the truth is, until you get to the closing table, everything is a risk. But if you need to sell your home first, there's just a few more steps involved. And I'm definitely here for you, and I can walk you through that. And do you have specific zip codes where you'd like to look at homes? I only want to show you homes that match your criteria and what you are looking for and what you need. So if there's specific zip codes that you want to be in, let me know. I'll be happy to send you some alerts, emails with homes in those areas. And do you have any other requests for your new home that I can help you with? Perhaps somebody needs wheelchair access, or it needs to be nearby to a train or transportation of some sort. So all of these things are very important when we're looking at a home, because again, remember, I want to show you what you need so that we can find you the house that you want and need right away. And then the next step, so after you find that house, you really like it, you want to make an offer, and you want to make an offer that's neither too low or too high. So you want to make something that is reasonable. We'll compare some recently sold homes in the area, or if it's a co-op or a condo, you look in the building, we'll see what's sold in that building, and we'll determine what a fair offer would be. We'll discuss the need again to include any possible contingency stipulations in your offer, again, such as selling contingencies, or perhaps, you know, Staten Island is a very hot market right now. So let's say we can put an escalation clause in there, which means that you're willing to pay up to a certain amount. You're going to start with this offer. You're willing to pay up to a certain amount in increments of, example, $10,000. so that you can beat any offer that comes in, not to exceed X dollars. We can talk more about that if you are interested in putting an escalation clause for any reason. And another contingency could be vacancies. If you're looking to buy a multifamily home, you may want it delivered vacant, or perhaps you want it with the tenants if you are looking for investment or for that extra added income. Once you get your accepted offer, we do an inspection. So you will have the right to request your inspection, and your professional inspector will come in, and the purpose of the inspection is to educate yourself. You want to make an informed purchasing decision, right? So you want to make sure that all of the major functions of the house are good or reasonable, normal wear and tear is only going on. So the home inspector will check out the home's electrical, heating and air systems, plumbing, the roof, any visible insulation, walls, ceilings, floors, windows, doors, foundation, and the visible structure. Just to let you know that, hey, this is normal wear and tear, this is something serious, or the house is, good condition. Let's say you got another potential 5 years on the boiler, right? All different things, just to give you an idea of what you are purchasing, right? This is all about being informed through the process.